Didi, Kamalika, Didi, you are now a nun, and also nun means that selflessly you are giving your service to the humanity. It is a big jump, a big kind of breakthrough for people who understand that how people can dedicate their life that way. So with this little thing, I would like to ask you that it's many part of the world there are same problem, that relationship breakdown. There is a lot of achievement but not fulfillment in life. So in your idea and ideology that you inherit from many wisdom traditions, what contributes to a good relationship at home?
Okay, so namaskar. So this is a big question, and I think this is a big issue that everyone who have this experience of marriage, of relations, close relationships, are trying to manage, And we have a lot of cultures about it. For example, in my homeland, the marriages are we are lost the power of this relationship. We are lost the potentiality of these relations because they are so challenging also sometimes. And other cultures, maybe they can manage better. We don't know exactly what is the best, but one thing is really interesting, and I believe a lot, of course, is how important it is each one from a couple, for example, to try to find what can satisfy you by inner self. And with this, you are searching inside. When you are searching more and more deeper inside, and you will find some satisfaction, you can also relate much better with others. We talk about in our tradition, a tantric tradition, a very ancient tradition from India. We say that we are here, our dharma, we are here to find this space inside us, to find this, this experience inside us. And according we walk through this direction, we are becoming, let's say, subtle, more and more subtle. In a physical way, we can say that our wavelength is becoming bigger. When the wavelength of some vibration, and everything is vibration, also according to our tradition, when our wavelength become bigger, and this represent that I'm becoming subtle, I can relate very easily with other kinds of wave, with other kinds of vibration. So include if the other wave, other vibration, other human being, for example, that I met have a very short wavelength, including this way, I can relate easily, because when the wavelength met a short wavelength, they can just cross, So just cross. So when someone is subtle, when someone can find this place that helps you to become subtle, you can relate with others.
Satya?
Subtle, crude, and subtle, maybe.
Subtle.
Subtle, yes.
Okay, great.
So when one becomes subtle, they can relate with others, include if others are crude. And in our relationships, some ones will be more subtle, others will be more crude, but we need it's important to try to be more and more subtle, both of sides, And okay, we have practice to do that. And with this subtleness, I can feel comfortable as I am. And if I comfortable as I am, I will not be, I will not suffering with the way of the other are,
So all in all, to be very subtle state of mind, you have to train your mind, turbulent mind, to calm down. And what tantric practices helps in this regard.
Yeah, tantric is so amazing because we have a whole kind of practice, and each one can start for wherever you feel that you are fit now. You can look for your diet. Maybe you can make your diet more subtle. You can also look to your body, to your endocrine glands. If you can manage better the production of your hormones, you can control the tough feelings, tough behaviors. So you can also use, for example, asanas, the exercise that will manage these. For example, in my life, I started especially with asanas, and this helped me to not be more so anxious, not be so high thinking. So I became more aware of the present. So we can also, of course, meditate. Meditate is the high practice that we have, and a lot of others, a lot of kinds of ideations, a lot of kinds of visualization. So we
Visualization
have a lot of
also.
Visualizations.
Can you give one example of visualization?
For example, we have a dance, also a yogic dance, a tantric dance that we call kaushiki. When we are practicing kaushiki, we are trying to create also a very good positive mind.
Sure.
We are also remembering, for example, when the movement of my body going to the right side, I try to remember that there is this inner aspect inside me, and I can talk with this inner aspect that we can call divinity maybe. But we can say, now I can talk with you. I know how to call you. I can also ideate when I go to the left side. Now I can follow your teachings. And when I go ahead, I can just ideate. I surrender to you. I will take out my ego and surrender to this inner that I have. And for the relationships, what is the best? I think is the ideation when I go back. At least for me, before I was a nun, I was practicing yoga, and I had relation. Of course, I also experienced some difficulties.
This is so interesting, Didi. Can you do one demonstration of kaushiki here?
Yeah, and I just will say the not less, but the one is better is when I go back. The ideation is, and I'm fit to the challenges. So in that moment, I was feeling so strong.
So you say also, and then you do also, please. No, that's fine because
just because the movement. So we can just come to the sides. 1, 2, 3. Return. 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Here, and 1, 2, 3, and also with our feet we will do this movement. So like this. This is a very nice dance. Looks like so simple, but is helping us to also work with our endocrine glands and also this ideation. Very good.
So when you turn this side, what ideation can you?
Yeah, when I came to the right side, I will ideate.
Right side.
I will ideate. I already know how to call you. I know how to call this.
How to call you?
Yeah, how to call you, this inner aspect that I have.
Call you means that divinity, or call a person?
No, I'm talking about this divinity that I have inside. So I'm talking with divinity,
I see.
helping me to create this relation.
So when you turn that side, I know how to call you. And the next side?
I know how to follow your teachings. I already follow your teachings.
Yeah, and in the front?
And I'm surrendered to you. I take out my ego and I surrender to this divinity.
Okay.
And when I go back like this, the idea is, and I'm fit now to the challenges. And when I do like this, the ideation is, now I'm following your rhythm. Imagine you are creating this relation with divinity.
I see.
And of course you are becoming strong and feeling this connection, and you don't need take energy from others. You don't need to fight with others. You are becoming complete in yourself.
And this dance was taught by Shiva to Parvati, right? Or something?
No.
Which
that
one?
That one it was Lalita Marmika.
Lalita?
This is Kaushiki. It was taught for Prabharanjan Sarkar, or Shri Anandamurti.
Shri Anandamurti.
let's say it's a young dance. It's not so ancestor dance. It's not so ancient dance.
How does that other Lalit look like?
Look,
Can you
Lalita
show me?
is like this. No, we can just be like this or like this, and with our feet are similar than the other one. So with feet is like this. No, just do like this, and we are here with closed eyes, connecting with supreme consciousness or this divinity that is everywhere and also inside, and singing a mantra. No, we normally in our tradition we sing Babanam Kevalam.
Yes, yes.
That is a mantra that means
Can you give one example with Bhavanam Kevalam also? Yeah,
just this.
yeah, that one first, and then also the Kausiki you did. Baba, Baba, and some.
Okay, Babanam. So we can just sing Babanam Kevalam. It's just like this. No, it just we will not move. Just we will move just our legs, and if your arms become tired, you can just rest here on your chest, and after return. And sing.
And then for Kausiki you also do Baba.
Yes,
Can you do that?
we can practice singing this mantra. That means everywhere is.
Yeah, with the
supreme
mantra, can you
consciousness.
dance now?
So Baba Nam Baba Kevalam. Baba Nam Baba Kevalam. Baba Nam Baba Baba Nam Baba Kevalam. Yeah.
Great. So this comes from that wisdom tradition.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to relationship, honest communication is important, right?
Yeah.
Honest communication. In that regard, can you say something where Shiva and Shakti or Shiva and Parvati, they were in a dialogical way? Shakti, or in very often the Parvati was asking questions and Shiva was responding to it. That communication was a honest communication, I believe. Can you say something about it?
Yeah, I think we are always trying to be honest, but maybe unconsciously we don't know that we are not honest. We are not going to the honest sincerity, because we also don't know what is inside. So maybe in our relations, because is a lack of self-knowledge, we are just talking some things that it's not real true. You are feeling something, but you are saying other thing. Also, Prabha Ranjan Sarkar, Shri Shiranandamurti, who is the founder of our organization now, he teaches us that the best human being is that one who think, say, and
Do
do exactly the same. The integrity in our relations has is not easy to be integral, because I really don't know exactly what I'm thinking. I cannot control my mind. I cannot control my actions, my words, and also I cannot know exactly what kind of traumas I have, what kind of memories I have, and I'm just don't know what myself, what I am.
so the honest communication here, it means, according to you, is that kind of communication when your thinking, feeling, and doing are in harmony.
Yeah, are in harmony, exactly.
So that is also very important.
This is really important. Yeah, and we sometimes we are fighting because some bad feeling that you are feeling, you cannot express, you cannot neither understand. So we need to improve our self-knowledge, and also something that is really important, I think, came from especially Indian cultures. I like this, is to see the marriage has a safety place to grow, has a psychic and spiritual paths, no? So this is, for me, is really important. This is really different in Western countries, at least in my country. So, but when you understand this kind of relation, has a very good opportunity to grow, to learn about yourself, about others. This is really powerful. This increases the power of relation.
Thank you, Didi. The second one I wanted to ask you is that men and women seems to be different in both psychology and also physiology. Women have a lot of emotions and men are they can suppress it and they suffer more. But and also sometimes less expressive in many culture like Indian culture and so on. So the really the when you are talking about emotional management between the couple, that is also very important, right? The emotional intimacy. What, just in few sentences, what contributes to emotional intimacy between husband and wife?
Yeah, this is to keep your mind open to the other, no? To keep in your mind open to try to understand what that being is feeling, what is his or her condition now. Try to be to feel compassion, because the other maybe cannot express exactly what they are feeling. So both of them to try to feel to feel the God inside, this divinity inside, but also to realize that the other also is an expression. So in this way to feel compassion with the difficulties of other, maybe
Sure.
to be sincere.
So the
to
emotion
express.
of compassion, because we have received that original compassion from our mother, and she was a female, and without that we would not have survived. Therefore, that emotion is their wealth also, and that way they can easily defeat the men through compassion and so on. The other thing, Didi, I wanted to ask was that you know, people come from different countries. You are from Brazil, I am from Nepal, and when we migrate to different countries, then the context changes, social psychology changes, everything changes. Then one has to understand the pain of each other and try to adopt it together, right? Not only one is sacrificing and other one just wanted to keep their own culture from the home. So adaptability is also very important.
Yeah, really. Yeah, this is also really hard, because our mindset is in one way, and you cannot imagine has that the other has completely different mindset. So if someone say to me in some way as a Brazilian, I will feel maybe he doesn't like me, or she doesn't like me, or he or him no doesn't like. But in the other mind is not like this. It's just saying sincere something. So we need to practice this. What is what way what the other is saying, what he wants to say or she wants to say. Because our mindsets are completely different, and of course we cannot understand the other mindset because we never imagine that someone can think different. But this is really important, to keep our mind open to learn with other kinds of mindset, of other kinds.
Sure. The other question is that although people talk about independence, the freedom, we are not slave of any man or something like that. But when you see the Ardhanarishwar type of Shiva and Shakti as a one and so on, we have that kind of interdependence co-arising, right? Men and women co-arise interdependently, or there is any kind of that kind of a solitary individual existence, or they co-arise, they dependently co-arise. How do you see in a marital context, in a couple context?
Yeah, I think both are important. No, I think one should feel independent, should feel strong, to be exactly how you are. No, you should feel that you can express your potentialities in this world, but to be aware that in a group or in a couple you can grow faster, you can learn more about the society,
Oh,
about
great, great,
others.
great, great. So that means that when the couple thinks that instead of myself alone making so many different kind of achievement, if I make a very harmonious relationship with my wife, then because of that interdependence, I may grow even further.
Yeah,
I may achieve a little more meaningful thing in life.
yeah, because also sometimes we are just thinking that in this relation I'm not expressing what I want, what I am completely, because I'm feeling a slave of this relation. I'm feeling that, of course, this can be also true, But especially, I think we will get, after this relation, we will get another relation with similar challenges if we are not open to learn with this. I'm not saying that everyone should keep the first relation all your life. Maybe no, maybe it will not be like this. But just to be aware that sometimes the challenge that are coming from this relation is some challenge that I need to learn. I need to have to learn how to be better, how to improve my qualities as human being. So it's not a solution just to break the relations. No, this is not a easy solution,
Sure.
because normally another problem will come from other
Whole
relations.
science of Tantra arise because of not only because of Shiva, but Shiva Shakti continuum,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So there is
Yeah,
interdependence.
this is really important. Of course, I'm not talking just about human men and women. Okay, I, at least myself, I believe that the couples can be man and man, woman and woman, but these different energies, the female and male, that will express through different bodies, to different different bodies, let's say. These different energies, this different understanding of line, the female and male, are really interesting to connect to, that we in this way we can learn
Sure.
in a very great
So that takes me
speed.
to toward the end of this conversation. Trust. All these things what we have discussed so far should build trust among couple.
Yeah.
But my question to you is that also trust needs maintenance, right? You have to really do it again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
If you are just done one thing and that is not enough, right?
Yeah, we should continuously practicing our self-knowledge, of course, and to create a better relation with other based on trust, based on confidence to each other. And of course, we need to, it's a job. Spirituality is a job, is a work, and also relations, it, they are also a kind of work, a kind of job. Also, to have children is a kind of job, a kind of work, but not a job to get money, but to get aware, psychic self-knowledge, to become strong in our psychic patterns. So we should not just look the relations, and maybe this is the main problem that we are having in our societies. We are just looking and imagining desire that the relations are giving me just a pleasure. But no, it's not like this. The relations are giving us what I need to grow. Our life is always about it, to grow, how to grow. If you decide to marry, the marriage will be also an opportunity to grow. If you decide not married, to be alone will be also an opportunity to grow. But the marriage are a very ancient way to grow. No, to be a fathers and mothers, it's a very high strategy to grow,
I see, I
of
see.
course.
So that marriage is an opportunity, and then if you really take into consideration what we have all discussed, and then that itself become a spiritual experience, because slowly you are dissolving the boundary and this duality and become non-dual and non-dual.
Yeah.
Didi,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Thank
this whole
you.
conference, this our conversation.
Yeah, thank
And
you so much.
since you are a saint, you
Okay.
bless me also a little bit. I learned quite a lot from you,
Okay.
and then I trust that this will be useful for many. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Namaskar.